Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma. In the last class, we have discussed about the epithelium, the simple tissues. The simple epithelial tissues are again divided into three types based upon their structure. Okay, like squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and a columnar epithelium. Okay, the simple squamous epithelium, that is, it is a single layered thick. When you observe the squamous epithelium, the epithelial cells are flattened and irregular in surface. Okay, generally they form as the outer covering of the body parts. Okay, like ducts and tubes. Okay, like and also surfaces like blood vessels, alveoli, or air sacs. And the second one, that is a simple cuboidal epithelium. Okay, in this the cells are cube-like. Okay, and usually they are present lining the ducts of the glands. Okay, and next the simple columnar epithelium, the cells are tall pillar like. Okay, usually they are present the structures which are structures surrounding the absorption and secretion, which are involved in absorption and secretion, like a stomach, intestine. Okay, some of the epithelial cells on their free surface, they may possess cilia. Such a epithelium we call it as ciliated epithelium. And some epithelium consists of microvilli to increase the area of absorption and secretion. Okay, that is. And next, okay, when you observe here, some of the epithelial cells are modified to perform some specialized functions. For example, some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion are called glandular epithelium. Okay, that means some columnar cells are cuboidal cells. Okay, some columnar epithelium or cuboidal epithelium are modified to perform some specialized function for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. And are called glandular epithelium. Okay, when you observe this glandular epithelium, it is of mainly two types. They are mainly of two types. Okay, some are unicellular and some are aggregates of this unicellular to form multicellular structures like glands. Okay, that is unicellular consisting of isolated glandular cells. Okay, that is unicellular. They are unicellular in nature. Okay, consisting of isolated glandular cells. Unicellular consisting of isolated glandular cells. Okay, like a goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Okay, stomach, intestinal lining. Will find some columnar cells which possess this which are involved in the secretion of certain substances like enzymes. Okay, these are unicellular in nature. These unicellular gland cells are also called as goblet cells, and some are multicellular, and multicellular consisting of cluster of cells. For example, salivary gland. Okay, the salivary gland is a multicellular gland which is involved in the secretion of the salivary secretions. Okay, that is so we can observe here. Okay, this is a unicellular gland. Okay, unicellular gland. Okay, which we call it as goblet cells usually. Okay, they are unicellular in nature, and some are multicellular, like that of salivary gland, which is formed by the cluster of cells. Okay, that is on the basis of the mode of pouring of their secretions. Glands are divided into two categories. Okay, based upon how the glands will pour their secretions. Based on this, the salivary glands are divided into two categories, that is exocrine and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Okay, that is on the basis of mode of pouring of their secretions, glands are divided into two categories, namely exocrine and endocrine glands. Okay, exocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzymes, and other cell products. Okay, that is okay. The exocrine glands. What is the functions of these exocrine glands? Secrete mucus. They secrete saliva, earwax. Okay, the wax that is secreted in the ear. Oil. Okay, like okay, oil secreted by the glands that are present on the skin. Okay, like a sebum. Milk. Okay, the milk secreted by the mammary glands. Okay, secreting glands, there is mammary glands, and the digestive enzyme, the enzyme secreted by the digestive glands. Okay, and other cell products. And other cell products. These products are released through ducts or tubes. Okay, that means all these secretions are secreted by the glands, and they are released into some specific region through the ducts. For example, if you take the salivary gland, you might have studied in your lower class, there are three pairs of salivary glands are present at different places near to the mouth. Some are present near to the ear, that is parotid glands. Some are present okay below the tongue, that is called sublingual glands. Some are okay, some glands are present near the okay near the lower jaw, that is submaxilla, submaxillary, sublingual, okay, and parotid glands. These are the three pairs. Okay, on either side we'll find, so totally three pairs of salivary glands are present wherever they are present. But whatever the secretions that are secreted by the salivary glands, they are released into the mouth through the ducts, that is the salivary duct. Through salivary duct, okay, they are transported to the mouth and they are released into the mouth. They were not released elsewhere. In the same manner, if you observe the okay, the digestive glands that are associated with the stomach and intestine. Okay, these glands will secrete their secretions into the stomach or intestine, not elsewhere. So such glands which are involved in the secretion of certain substances, okay, into a particular region through ducts or tubes, we are calling it as exocrine glands. Such glands we are calling it as exocrine glands. In contrast, okay, that means in opposite to this exocrine glands, we call it as endocrine glands. Okay, these endocrine glands, the secretions of the endocrine glands we call it as hormones. Their products called hormones are secreted directly into the fluid bathing the gland. Okay, that means they will secrete, they do not have any duct. That's why they are also called as ductless glands. Endocrine, that means they release into the region where they are present, or in the fluid, into the fluid which is surrounding it. The fluid which is surrounding it. So that is their products called hormones are secreted directly into the fluid, bathing the gland. So that's why they do not have ducts. That's why they are also called ductless glands. Okay, and from that fluid it will be it will be absorbed by certain transporting substance, and through that transporting substance it is distributed to different parts of the body where they show their effect. Okay, such a type of glands we call it as endocrine glands. So based upon how the glands will pour their secretions, based on that, glands are divided into two types, that is exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands are the glands which will secrete their secretions into some specific regions through the ducts or tubes that are provided with them. Okay, such glands we are calling it as exocrine glands. All they possess ducts and they secrete their secretions into the some specific region of the body. Okay, in opposite, the endocrine glands do not have ducts. That's why they are also called as ductless glands. They secrete their secretions into the fluid that is present around that gland, from where they are transported through transport system to different parts of the body where they show their effect. Okay, such glands we are calling it as endocrine glands, like pituitary gland, thymus gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal gland, the reproductive organs, primary reproductive organs like testes and ovaries. Okay, like this. Okay, they will all these comes under the endocrine glands because they do not have ducts. Okay, there is. And next, coming to the second type of epithelium, that is the compound epithelium. Anybody is having any doubt up to now regarding the glands? Next, coming to the compound epithelium. Compound epithelium is made of more than one layer of cells and thus has a limited role in secretion and absorption. Okay, when you observe the compound epithelium, that means if two or more layers of epithelial cells are present, if two or more number of epithelial cells are present as a layer, okay, such epithelium we are calling it as a compound epithelium. That's why we say multi-layered epithelium also. So epithelium made of more than one layer of cells and thus has a limited role in secretion and absorption. That means as they consist of many layers, okay, it has got a limited role in secretion and absorption. That is, what is the main function means? Their main function is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stress. Okay, usually this compound epithelium is present as the covering of the body parts. Okay, and it is involved in providing protection against chemicals and mechanical stress. Chemical and mechanical stress. Okay, they cover the dry surface of the skin. They cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of buccal cavity, the moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands, and of pancreatic ducts. Okay, that is okay. They are covering the dry surface of the skin, that is the outer part of the skin. The outer part of the skin is made up of stratified squamous epithelium, that is a compound okay type of compound epithelium. stratified, that is a multi-layered squamous cells are present as the outer part of the body in the form of skin. Okay, it is also present the covering of the moist surface of buccal cavity. Okay, surface of the pharynx, inner surface of the pharynx, and next inner lining of ducts of salivary glands and pancreatic ducts, especially. Okay. Okay, that is so these are mainly present as the covering of the outer parts of the body and providing protection against chemicals and mechanical stress. Okay. Okay, remember the examples, ma. Remember the examples where each epithelium is present. That is very, very important. Mostly they will ask questions related to this only. Okay, where the squamous epithelium is present, it is present in the walls of blood vessels and air sacs of lungs. And where the cuboidal epithelium is present, the cuboidal epithelium is present found in the ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephrons in kidneys. Okay, and a special phenomena that you have to remember. Okay, the epithelium of proximal convoluted tubule of nephron in the kidney has a microvilli. Okay, it is made up of cuboidal epithelium. The free surface of this cuboidal epithelium is having microvilli. Okay, and epithelium, where the columnar epithelium is present, it is present as the lining of stomach and intestine, which helps in secretion and absorption. And where we'll find the ciliated epithelium? The ciliated epithelium is present as the lining of bronchioles and fallopian tubes, which helps in the movement of certain substances in some specific direction. Mucus in bronchioles and okay, the ovum in fallopian tubes. Okay, that is. And a compound epithelium is present. Okay, the squamous epithelium is present lining the skin, buccal cavity, pharynx, cuboidal squamous. Okay, so cuboidal. Okay, that is a compound cuboidal epithelium is present a lining of salivary glands and that of pancreatic ducts. Okay, that is. And next, the very, very important, okay, in neat point of view also, all cells in epithelium are held together with a little intercellular material. Okay, the epithelial cells are very close to one another with no intercellular space. We don't find any space because that space is filled with a certain substance, adhering substance. Okay, that is called matrix. Okay, that is all cells in epithelium are held together with a little intercellular material. In nearly animal tissues, in nearly all animal tissues, specialized junctions provide both structural and functional links between its individual cells. Okay, in nearly all animal tissues, specialized junctions provide both the structural and functional links between its individual cells. That means okay, so okay, that means if you take a tissue is made up of a large number of cells, but there must be some integration and coordination between all these cells that are present in a tissue or an organ. So how these coordination and integration is brought? Okay, how it is brought means whenever there are some junctions, that means some connections, there must be some connections between the different cells that are present or a large number of cells that are present in the tissue or organ. Okay, some specialized junctions are present, okay, which will provide both the structural and functional links between its individual cells. Okay, we'll find mostly three types of cell junctions are found in the epithelium and other tissues. Okay, we'll find mainly three types of junctions between the different cells that are found in the epithelium or other tissues also. Okay, whether you take connective tissue or other, okay, muscular tissue or neural tissue, okay, there must be some connections, some junctions which bring some coordination, some connections, junctions between the adjacent cells. Okay, there are three types are there. They are called as a tight adhering and gap junctions. Tight junctions, adhering junctions, and gap junctions. Okay, three types of junctions are there. What are those? Tight junctions, adhering junctions, and gap junctions. Okay, what are these tight junctions? Okay, tight junctions help to stop substances from leaking across a tissue. Okay, that means here the cells are very tightly attached with no space, with no matrix, very tightly bound to one another, very tightly bound to one another. So as a result, they do not allow any substance to pass through it outside or inside, both ways. It does not allow any substance to pass through it. Okay, such junctions we are calling it as a tight junctions. Okay, tight junctions help to stop substances from leaking across a tissue, whether it is a tissue or an organ or whatever it is. Okay, they will leak. Okay, they prevent the leaking across it. Across it. Okay, and next one is adhering junctions. Okay, the name itself is adhering. Adhering means which helps in attachment. Okay, adhering performs cementing to keep the neighboring cells together. Okay, adhering junctions facilitate, okay, perform cementing. That means they form like a cement between, okay, between one brick to another brick, how the cement is present. In the same manner, okay, these adhering junctions will form a cementing to keep neighboring cells together. Okay, together. They do not allow the cells to move away. They keep the cells together. And next, gap junctions. Okay, gap junctions facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells for rapid transfer of ions, small molecules, and sometimes big molecules also. Okay, that means there must, okay, there is some gap between one cell to another cell. Okay, that means we'll find some junctions called gap junctions, which facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells. That means within the find certain gaps. Like while we are discussing about plant cells, we come across this okay, extension of cytoplasmic strands between the adjacent cells through openings called as a plasmodesmata. In the same manner, in case of animal cells also, we'll find certain gaps between the cells, cytoplasmic gaps, which helps in communicating the adjacent cells by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells. And these junctions we call it as gap junctions. What we call these junctions? These junctions we call it as gap junctions. So gap junctions facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells. Okay, that means we'll find certain gaps within the cell, and through these gaps, the cytoplasm of one cell will be adjoining with the cytoplasm of the adjacent cell and make certain connections. Okay, and through these connections only the transfer of different substances will occur, like ions, small molecules. Sometimes, depending upon the requirement, sometimes the big molecules can also get a transferred or communicated with the adjacent cells. Okay, such gaps we call it as or such junctions we call it as gap junctions. Okay, that is okay. That is about this epithelial tissue.